Thanks for joining me again. I wanted to talk today about meals and the dehydrated meals I've been working on for the trail. I know you can buy a lot of great backpacking meals that are prepackaged, and I've heard from some of my friends that they can be too much as far as portion size. So I decided, for a couple of reasons, to try and get the price down and to make sure that I have the gluten-free food that I need. I've noticed a lot of the backpacking meals, the prepackaged ones, are not gluten-free, and I do have an intolerance, so I wanted to make sure that my meals were okay and not going to upset my stomach or not make me feel great when I'm on the trail. So to start with, I purchased these silicone reusable bags off of Amazon, and I made sure that they were dishwasher safe and all of that stuff so that I knew they were going to stand up to hot water when it was added to my meal. And I then took sweet potatoes and I baked them. And then once they're baked, flattened them out between two pieces of parchment paper, put them in my dehydrator, and they dehydrate very, very well. I then put them in my NutriBullet, and we have this nice fine sweet potato powder that when it reconstitutes, I'm hoping will be more like mashed sweet potatoes. When I did it last weekend and we sampled the meal, I just broke it into pieces because I was in a hurry. And when it reconstituted, it was more like fruit leather. Not terrible by any means, but I was looking for more of a like mashed sweet potato consistency. So this week I took the time to prepare it in my NutriBullet. Then I took chicken breast that I prepared in my Instapot. Once it was cooked, I chopped it and put that in my dehydrator. And we have chicken. I stored this in my refrigerator in these plastic baggies until now, and then I'm putting my meals together. So in the bag, I have sweet potato, I have chicken, and then I have this gluten-free stuffing. So on top of that, I added some of the stuffing mix. I added a gluten-free gravy mix and a little bit of Kinder's buttery seasoning. And then, so that is the base of my meal. I have chicken, sweet potatoes, a little bit of stuffing, and my seasonings in the bag. Then in a separate little bag, I have an olive oil packet and gluten-free French fried onions. So that once I put my hot water in here, it's about just a little less than a cup. So a little bit more than 3/4, a little bit less than a cup, somewhere in there. Made it the right consistency. But I'll boil hot water on the trail with my stove, put that in here, and within, I would say 10 minutes, I have a nice warm edible meal. So that is the gluten-free meal that I've been working on, kind of off of some other people's tips and recipes for Thanksgiving in a cup style. We've also discussed maybe putting dried cranberries in here for a little extra zip of flavor. But the other thing I wanted to point out is I've been back and forth about, do I use the reusable bag or do I get Ziploc freezer bags? And the nice thing about these silicone reusable bags is when they're filled with hot water, they're super cozy when they're inside your jacket and it's cold out. So we had the discussion last weekend that these would make excellent warmers in your sleeping bag at night if it's cold. So even if I decide to not take my meals in these on longer backpacking trips, I will probably bring one with for the, let's call it hot pocket, in my sleeping bag in the event that we have a cold night and I need it. Also a great hand warmer. So I will definitely use these on my first 5-day trip just to see how it goes, see what I think. They're definitely not any heavier than a Ziploc bag as far as I can feel. So the difference is very minimal. Now, the other thing that I wanted to shout out this morning is I got my bear bag. And so this is from Hilltop Packs. I came across one of their ads on social media, and they have the ability to customize your pack. So you can send in your photo and they will put it on your bear sack. So I thought, why not use this picture of the shark that I took when I was in Texas and then put no touchy on it? So I kind of put the graphics together, sent it in. It was about a 15-day turnaround to get my bag back, but super cool, super unique, won't get confused with anybody else's. And I jokingly said, right, maybe a shark will also help keep the bear away. But if you're not a backpacker, bear sacks are meant to hang in the tree up out of hopefully smell distance of the bear and keep them off the ground and away from your tent site so that there is no lure or encouragement for a bear to come into your campsite. So Hilltop Packs, if you want to customize a bear sack, super great company, came within 14 days, which I think is amazing for a customized sack. And they have plenty of other sacks, different sizes. I got a one for my toiletries, and they have other accessories and things. So this weekend, I'll be headed out on 2 long hikes. We are about 33 days, I think, away from our first long segment. So it's going to be a 5-day trip in May. Trail conditions, from what I'm reading on reviews, look like they're going to be great. This weekend here in Denver, it's going to get into the 80s. Super excited about that. So it'll give me the chance to try out a lot of my gear on some long hikes this weekend. I'm going to try out my new sun hat. I have a new sun shirt. Oh, I was going to mention this. So I'm fortunate to have a Sierra right by where I pass through when I go hiking all the time. So I stop and I check things out. This shirt is a Tommy Bahama. It is a sun shirt. I bought it in a large. I would say it runs small. I like it. It's form fitting, but if I was wearing this out on the trail, I would want something looser and more breezy, I guess. I did buy a second sun shirt a week ago. I'm going to be trying that out this weekend. It's a lot lighter. I don't remember the name brand, so I'll share that after this weekend. But this one does have the thumb holes. It's a 3/4 zip. It does have some pockets here. So it worked out great this morning. It was about 47 degrees when I went out at 6 o'clock for my endurance training hike, where I head over to Golden to hike a couple times a week. So a great shirt for just like middle temperatures, I'll say, to keep the cool off. But when it comes to sun and heat, especially heat, I don't know that this would be my choice. I think the other one, because it's a lot lighter fabric, is going to be my go-to. So after my miles this weekend, I will share another video on some gear and things that I tested and tried, and update you on how that goes. And I look forward to a great weekend of hiking, and I hope you have an amazing day. Thanks for tuning in.